Shall we carry on? I think that's an excellent idea, don't you? In this video and over the next few videos, let's turn our attention to the slightly more advanced strategy. It's not crazy advanced by any means, but there's a few more things that we're going to add. We're still going to use the farm, but we're also going to add the boardroom as well. So in this video, let me give you a brief kind of overview. You know what I'm like. I like to kind of give the macro 64,000 foot view of what it is that we are about to do. And then, of course, we will go and do it. So let's look at a roadmap, okay, of essentially the more advanced strategy. This is kind of what it looks like. Now, you'll recognize this beginning bit because the beginning bit is exactly the same as the simple strategy. So it all starts with once we stake into the farm in the EMP ETH LP farm, once we do that, that pays out every day in E-share, as you know. We've done this, of course, in the simple strategy. And then that's how we take profits. And then we have options, don't we? We can then either take the profits ourselves or we can stake back into the farm. That is the simple strategy, essentially what we're looking at right there. So that's where we will start with a more advanced strategy. But now we're going to add the following. So let's focus. So in the farm, every day it pays out in E-share, okay? We could take profits if we wanted to, or we can now move on to the advanced strategy, which is as follows. We take that E-share that we are getting paid every day and we stake it in the boardroom. Now, the boardroom pays a higher APR than the farm, as you may well remember, but as you also may remember, the boardroom does not necessarily pay out every day, but it could. I've been in the boardroom where for weeks upon weeks it pays out 5 times as much as the farm, and it's obviously wonderful and fantastic for everybody that's involved, but it does not necessarily pay out every day, and we're going to go on to why that is the case as we continue. Another thing to know about the boardroom, we've talked about this briefly before, but let me remind you, the boardroom pays out in EMP. So that's the cryptocurrency that we get paid from the boardroom. Do you remember me saying there's many different paths within EMP.money and they're all slightly different. So we need to kind of keep focus and keep our wits about us, don't we? So if you're making notes, make a note, the boardroom pays out in EMP. So far, so good? Feeling good? Great, let's carry on. Now, what we do is with the EMP that the boardroom pays us, when it pays, it doesn't necessarily pay every day, we can then take that EMP and we can stake it back in the farm. That's kind of the process. And then, of course, the farm will pay out in E-share. And now because we are staking in the boardroom, we're going to be earning more when the boardroom pays. You will find that your LP in the farm will grow faster, meaning that you will be able to take more profits sooner. That's the process for the advanced strategy. I don't, of course, expect you to understand every nuance just by looking at it. And I do understand it's a bit like, hang on, I sort of get it, and then I'm maybe getting a little bit confused. I understand that, of course I do. And that's why we're going to spend some time over the next few videos really breaking this down and going to do it. Let me just remind you of something as well. Please remember, and I have mentioned this before, but this is also important. Ideally, we do not want to sell EMP. Now, the boardroom pays us in EMP, but ideally we don't want to sell it because EMP is kind of, if you like, the cornerstone cryptocurrency, the foundation of this whole ecosystem. So ideally we don't want to sell it. Ideally what we would do is we would put it back, as you can see here, in the farm, and then when we get profits in E-share, that's fine. That's really how we always want to take our profits, by selling E-share. That's absolutely safe, and it doesn't damage the protocol by removing EMP, which is kind of what the whole system is built on. So if you just take away from this video the following, ideally, we don't want to sell EMP. Now, I've also said this before, technically, nobody can stop you. It's your business. If you have EMP and if the boardroom is printing, as it's known, EMP, it'd be printing that for free for you as profit. There's nothing to stop you selling it. But for longevity and being smart, I've also mentioned the EMP community. They're called emperors. Isn't that a clever play on words? All the emperors, we want to kind of grow this and make it sustainable long term so it earns a passive income daily for everybody. So we don't want to think short term by quickly grabbing our profits of EMP. Instead, it's best to reinvest the EMP to earn us E-share. So we take our profits by selling E-share, try and not sell EMP. Okay, so that's the advanced strategy kind of from, again, the macro view. Of course, we're going to go and do all this over the next few videos. So let's summarize. What have we covered in this video? What did we go through? Well, we took our first look at the more advanced EMP passive income strategy. Essentially, as you've seen, the first part is exactly the same as the simple, but we're adding more on at the end. Isn't it exciting? Why am I whispering? I've absolutely no idea. Why is it when you whisper things always sound more exciting? I don't know. So what do you do now? Again, Einie, nothing. Wait until I show you how to do this, and we're going to start to do this over the next couple of videos. So let's jump into the next video. Let me know, by the way, in the comments below, what do you think of this roadmap? Are you kind of excited about it? Do you sort of get it? I know you don't, as I keep saying, I don't expect you to understand every single nuance, but kind of just looking at it, do you sort of think, I think I can sort of see where this is going. I need to do it a few times. Let me know how you're feeling below. Then I'll see you in the next video.